Hi everyone, it's been a long time. I haven't made any YouTube videos. I'm finally back, and today is going to be a special episode, just like any other episode that I make specifically to all of my viewers. In today's video, I decided that I will be sharing some tips on how we can all learn vocabularies effectively. As we all know, vocabularies are an important part in any languages, like English, Spanish, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, etc. And in today's video, I will specifically talk about learning vocabularies in the English language, how we can learn this, because I feel like this is super easy if you put your mind into what you're doing and if you're patient with what you are learning. So let's get right straight into it. Okay, first, let's talk about some of the most common mistakes that we usually make when learning vocabularies. The first mistake is that you do not put enough time to learning something. For example, today I learned lots and lots of words and I write them in this special note. But then tomorrow I never take the time to review them again and I keep on learning new vocabularies without reviewing them. This is a big problem because I would rather learn 5 words and remember all of them than learning 50 words but do not remember a single word. The second mistake is you do not have a fixed schedule and you do not have an effective time. For example, like in a week, you spend one day learning vocabularies and then you do not learn them again. You have to wait for like 2 more weeks and then you learn them. That is not effective. For me, I usually have a fixed schedule and I stick to that schedule. In a week, I will spend 4 days to learn English vocabularies. It does not have to be so long. I only have to spend 30 minutes learning them. And like the rest of the other days, I will review them again and learn other skills in English, like reading, writing, or listening. And the final mistake that some of us may make is that we do not effectively utilize our communication opportunities. Let's differentiate something. Maybe you remember vocabularies you have learned, but that does not necessarily mean that you can use them in a real life English conversation. Because today I learned really hard words like baffle, contemplate, cynical, deduce, deliberate, dubious. Those are all of the words related to thinking. Even though I know the usage, I know the meaning, I know whether it's a verb or a noun or an adjective, but that does not mean I know how to use them and utilize those words correctly, accurately, when I speak to somebody else. Okay, so now we know the mistakes. Let's try to fix those mistakes by some of the tips that I usually applied. Maybe all of those tips does not work for you, but some of them might do. So, the first one is equally important. Try to create yourself a reading habit. Reading books are essentially important. Look at my bookshelves. I'm not trying to flex or anything. I'm just trying to show you the importance of books and how books can help you learn new words. So I read a lot of books and make sure that the books you choose is suitable to you, suitable for you, and make sure that you choose the right book that is suitable to your level. If you are a beginner, then choose a beginner-friendly book. If you are an intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced, I think that you as an English learner are capable of choosing a suitable book to read. And what you do, you don't have to read much. In a day, you just need to read 2 pages. And if you are able to understand both of the two pages, understand the meaning of some hard words and how to use them in a sentence, you are already successful as an English learner. And for me now, I don't have much time to read books, but I still try to keep a habit of reading 10 minutes or 20 minutes a book each day. The second tip, you can learn English through songs. One of my favorite. Well, just a side story. Recently, I've been a huge fan of Benson Boone. You can search his name. He's like really famous. But I'm not gonna say I'm a super huge fan because I just knew him like a week ago. But his songs are really good. It's really engaging and it really resonates with me. And fortunately, I learned a lot of life lessons and sometimes a lot of new words from his songs. And how I usually learn words from songs, like, have you ever felt like you can sing to those songs, you can sing to those lyrics, but you don't seem to understand what the words they're singing about, right? So I think that learning new words through songs are really effective, especially your favorite ones, because you are able to remember the lyrics just by heart, just by listening to those songs a couple of times. So why not understand the song? Why not understand the meaning of the song, right? So choose your favorite song, choose any song you want, and just listen. And if you stumbled upon a word that you don't know, search it up and learn. That's the only way, just learn. I don't have any other tips on how you can actually remember. But I think learning new words through songs are really effective. The third way is by making sentences. Like, for instance, today I learned a new phrase and I just make a video about it in my TikTok account. That phrase I just learned is shower somebody with something. And I make a sentence. They showered the bride with compliments. And I remember, oh, shower somebody with something means you give somebody a lot of something, like gifts, compliments, books, anything. And making sentences and trying to guess the meaning of the word from its context is really good. It can actually help you remember words faster. So making sentences and learning the word from its context is how I usually learn new words every single day. So for example, when I read a book or when I listen to a song, instead of searching or look up that word in the dictionary straight away, I'll take a moment. I will try to guess the meaning of the word based on its context. And if I'm able to, and if my guess is correct to the real meaning, then yes, I can be able to remember them. But if I'm unable to guess the meaning from its context, at that time, I will look it up. And that's how I usually learn new words. And the next tip is that you can try to learn through flashcards. Like flashcards like these, those are really small notes. And I will try to write some words in here. I will this is like a keychain, right? I will put them in my pencil case, and every day when I go to school, I can easily open those flashcards and learn really easily. Even though you may think flashcards is like an outdated way, but it actually helps. So flashcard is how I learn. And you can also download some apps, some vocabulary apps that you find useful. Like Duolingo, I'm not trying to advertise any specific apps, but if you find some apps that's helpful and it reminds you to learn English every day, then you can download those apps. Or I have a website called vocabulary.com. You can search it up on Google. It is a website where you can learn a word through flashcards, through spelling, and through quizzes. That's super fun. And it's super engaging, and you can collect scores after you finish learning a set of new words. Okay, and finally, the last way, very easy, is by writing it down. Simple. Writing it down. Write new words you have just learned down, because not only you will know how to spell the words, but when you write it down, it's one way that you can remember how to spell them and its usage. For example, I have this note, and I just learned new words by writing it down, like those, like this. Here. It's really small, and I recommend you choose a small notebook rather than a big one, because for a small notebook, you can carry it anywhere, whenever you like, and read them. So I learned little interesting phrases like be the luck of the draw, let nature take its course, and I learned all of those words from my test. And instead of writing it in the test paper, I will try to write it down in this notebook. And writing it down is my number one option for learning vocabularies effectively. Alright folks, that's it for today. And I hope you like this video. If you want to learn more, like if you want to find out something interesting in English, comment down below and we'll see. Bye!